and welcome back to another video. My name is Adam from WPCrafter.com, where I make videos about WordPress for non-techies like me. And in this video, I'm going to compare two very popular page builders for WordPress. And I'm talking about Beaver Builder and Elementor Pro. Now, both of these page builders have a free version. I'm not going to take into consideration those free versions. I'm only going to take into consideration the paid versions. Now, if I was comparing the free versions, hands down, Elementor will win that competition any day of the week. It just has way more features than the free version of Beaver Builder. However, I'm not going to compare those two. I'm just going to compare the paid versions of both of them. And I have a little set of notes here so I can be as concise as possible. A few notes. This video is going to be as long as it needs to be. I'm going to show you both of them in action. And when I'm comparing something, I'll show you me comparing them side by side. As well, if you want to see any of these products, I have links down below, and I also have something very special if you were to purchase either of these products. And I just want to let you know as well, I do use both of these products, and I've purchased both of these with my own money. And if you're on my website, you might notice I am using Beaver Builder on my website. So we are going to be looking at these two guys right here. We're going to be looking at Elementor Pro, and we are going to look at Beaver Builder right here. Now, the first thing I want to compare them is the maturity of these plugins, and that means how long have they been around, because if a plugin has been around for a while and it's very successful, that must mean that they are doing something right. Now, Elementor came out last year, 2016, in the middle of the year, but the Pro version of it was literally just released at the end of last year. So it's only been out for maybe 3 months now, and it had been in development for longer than that, obviously. Now, Beaver Builder has been around a lot longer than that. Beaver Builder has been around, I think, since 2014, maybe. I could be off a little bit. So in the maturity comparison, which one's been around longer, I'm definitely going to give the win to Beaver Builder. It has been around for a very long time. Now, with that, the next thing I want to compare is which product has the more experienced team of developers, and I'm gonna have to go with Beaver Builder on this one. They have been in the Beaver Builder business a lot longer, and what that usually means is when they release an update to Beaver Builder, you can rest assured that it's going to be reliable. It's not going to cause any problems to your websites. Now, from time to time, they might introduce a problem in an update. For instance, this last update, it affected something called custom fonts that you might have on your website, and they had a fix for it within hours, and they were really quick to do that. But it's actually very rare that when Beaver Builder puts out an update that there's going to be a problem, and I've had Beaver Builder for about 1.5 years now, and it's been very rock solid with their updates. Elementor, on the other hand, when they have been releasing updates, and I think this might be due to the fact that they might not be as experienced in releasing a plugin that's used in so many different environments, but when they have released updates, there have been little problems here or there. Now, they've been very quick to fix them, but they have had more consistent problems where something might not be working for this person or that person. They do respond fast, but it has been more often. So as far as having an experienced team, the most experienced team is definitely going to go to Beaver Builder, and that's partially because it's more mature and they have been doing this a lot longer, so they might be a little bit more careful when they are releasing things as updates. Next, I want to talk about what is one of the most important issues, and that is speed. Now, speed has two components to it. There's the speed of the actual site you build when people visit your website and they're on it, and how fast your website is loading and all of that. That's one component of speed, and I'm going to tell you that they are equal. There might be just the slightest, most minute difference in speed. So the speed when someone's actually using the site, they're going to be pretty much the same. It's going to be a toss-up. But what I'm talking about with speed is different. The speed when you're actually in the page builder building out a page. Now, Elementor is lightning quick and totally wins in that regard, and I want to demonstrate that for you right now in this video. So I have a WordPress installation here with Elementor, and I have another WordPress installation here with Beaver Builder. Now, these sites are not hosted out on a web server. They're on my local machine, so they're both in the same exact environment, having the same exact load placed on them. So let me show you Elementor quickly. So I'm going to go to the pages here, and let me just create a new page. Okay, so I'm going to call this Test Speed. I'm going to click on Edit with Elementor, and I'm just going to show you what I'm talking about in terms of speed. So with Elementor, whenever you change anything in the builder, it immediately reflects. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So if I wanted to go to add a heading right here, and I wanted to change some of the text, I could go here, and you can see I got rid of the T, and it immediately disappeared. See how fast this is? It's immediate. Just like that. Now, where a lot of time is consumed is not really typing out a headline and seeing how it's looking. It's more in styling. And whenever you want to change anything with style in Elementor, everything's instantaneous. But that's where you're going to spend most of your time. So if I want to change it from an H2 to an H1, you saw that was instantaneous. If I want to change something else, it's instantaneous. If I go into style and I want to change the color, you can see it changing like that, and it's all immediate. Okay, if I want to tweak the typography, I can go in here and I can just go ahead and pick something different, and it's all instantaneous, just like that. I can change my letter spacing. What you see is what you get immediately. Now let's see what it's like in Beaver Builder. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to create a new page, and I'll name it the same right there. Okay, and now I'm going to go into the builder, and I haven't used this yet, so let me just go to no thanks. Let me go to cancel, and I'm going to throw in a quick row, and I'm going to do a heading. Let's just do a heading because I did a heading in the last one. So right here, I can go ahead and enter. And it's going to be the same, where when I'm changing the text, everything is in real time, just like that. But where you really see it is when you want to change the style. So if I want to change the color, you see how I'm doing this, and it's not changing. And I go like this, and then it changes. So I'm not seeing this instantaneous change. You saw that little bit spinning there next to text color, and that's what I'm talking about with speed. Every little style change that you want to make with Beaver Builder, you have to wait for some form of a refresh. And you know, I'm developing this right now. You see I'm on my local machine, so it's going to be faster. But if you actually have this site on a web host, it's going to be slower for the mere fact that it's there and you are where you are. So that is going to get really frustrating really quick. So if I want to change my alignment, I click center. It's not quite as instantaneous. Let me reset that. If I change the H1, see, I just changed it to an H1. We got the spinning, and then you see it. And every style change is going to be like that. So when you are actually building a page using the builder, I find that I prefer the experience much more in Elementor because it's instantaneous. See, it's so quick, it's instant. But in Beaver Builder, everything has to refresh. So in terms of speed, it's going to definitely be a win for Elementor Pro compared to Beaver Builder. However, I do want to say Beaver Builder has a new version that's going to come out later this year, and I don't know if they're going to make strides in changing that. Something tells me, though, with that update, it won't really make that much of an improvement on this issue. However, I could be wrong. So the next thing that I want to look at that is modules. And that is really the bread and butter of these page builders, is these modules that it comes with. So on Beaver Builder, when I click Add Content, we have this set of basic modules, and we have these advanced modules that are available. And on Elementor, we have them right here, and they're different elements. So we have the standard ones right here, and then here are the pro elements that come with Elementor. Now I have to also give the win when it comes to the modules to Elementor Pro. Let me show you Elementor Pro's website here, and it highlights some of these pro elements, and I want to kind of show you how these are not in Beaver Builder, or they're very much lacking in Beaver Builder, and there isn't a comparison of the two. So for instance, posts and portfolio, you do have this ability to show your posts or custom post types in both of these page builders. However, the one that comes with Elementor is leaps and bounds more advanced and more feature rich than what you're able to do with Beaver Builder to show off your content. And there's just so many styles. It's just mind-boggling what you can do with it. Live form editor. So essentially you can build the most amazing forms with Elementor Pro. Now there's nothing great about that, right? You can get Ninja Forms, which is free, and you can build your form with that if you want. Now the difference is with Elementor Pro, you can actually have a visual styling of that form. It's the only form visual styler that I have ever seen, and it is by far the most powerful contact form plugin I've seen in terms of being able to style it and have full control over the style. You're not going to even come close to this in Beaver Builder, and actually in Beaver Builder, it's more of a basic contact form, and it doesn't even come close to the power that comes in Elementor Pro of building a contact form with all the different options that you may want, checkboxes, radio boxes, drop downs, and all that. You don't actually have any of that in Beaver Builder, but you do get a basic contact form. Let me see if I can just show you real quick to give you an idea. So here I am here, and here's the contact form in Beaver Builder. And you can see right here, there's these fixed fields, name, subject, email, phone, and that's pretty much it. And you get a success action right here. You can style out your button a little bit, but it's still going to be pretty much similar, and add reCAPTCHA. Let me click on save. So this is your contact form that you're getting out of Beaver Builder. Let's take a look at Elementor right here. And it's going to be one of these pro elements that we see right here, form. And I'm going to just drag and drop it right there. Now let me get rid of my headline actually. All right, so here is the form. And when you at first glance, when you drop it in, you think, oh, it's not much difference, except I can go here and I can start creating as many fields as I want. They could be different types of fields, and you see there's a nice long list of options that you have here. And then you could do the same thing with the submit button and your email options, but where the power is going to be is in the style right here. You can make this look however you want to make this look. It is so amazing. Everything can be perfectly styled. Now, I'm not going to do it any kind of justice in this video, but when you're on Elementor's page, you can see right here these form styles in the back. It is just the most gorgeous forms that you've ever seen. You can make it look however you want, and a contact form that looks good is actually kind of important. Let me show you a contact form that I recently built in Elementor. I have it right here. I'm going to have to get out of this page real quick and show you it, but I made an entire page with Elementor Pro just to test out some of its power. And it's right here, so let me just click on view so I can show you this form I made. So here is a form that actually this whole page was designed in Elementor Pro. It took me about 40 minutes to do. I have a whole video on it, but look how beautiful this form is. And this is the same type of form that is on this website, DigitalOcean. I just wanted to show how you could take the form module that comes in Elementor and you can make it do whatever you want, look however you want to make it look. and that's what I was demonstrating when I made this video and I made this page. But you can't even get anything near this nice with Beaver Builder for a non-developer. If you're a coder, a developer, you can go in there and you can manually write a bunch of CSS. I'm talking about manually being able to do it and style it to make it look really nice. So that right there is going to be another module benefit that you get with Elementor Pro that you're not going to have when you're using Beaver Builder. Global widget, they both have that. That's not a big deal. The ability to add custom CSS to an element, it's very nice. I've used it and it's very nice. You can add custom CSS to a page in Beaver Builder, but not to an element right in the element when you're putting it together. I do like that about Elementor, but that's not like this big selling point. Embed anywhere, they both do that. Slides, so you can actually build a slideshow with Elementor. You can't do that with Beaver Builder to the way that you can do it with Elementor. So you can use this and not have to have a slide plugin on your website. You can do it all in Elementor. There's some things about it that are a little on the basic side. I've got to say it is great for what it is, but it's not going to be advanced like Revolution Slider or something like that. However, I'm not the biggest fan of sliders anyway. You can do a whole lot with Woocommerce if you're going to have any kind of e-commerce on your website in Elementor that you can't do in Beaver Builder. You can basically drag these elements anywhere. You can create buttons or buy buttons that you want to put anywhere. You can pull it right out of your WooCommerce listings and you can create some really nice things with that. Now, that's nice and all, but you could actually manually do that if you want to go. You can find out how to do it with some code, but they just make it a lot easier. Here's some pro templates. And there's more modules coming, so by the time you actually watch this video, it's very likely that more modules have come out. But let me actually just show you a couple more of those modules. Now I'm in this page, but I'll just get back into edit with Elementor. That's fine. So here's these pro elements. There's also a portfolio element there. Price list is very nice if you're making any kind of menu. You don't have anything like that in Beaver Builder. It's all manual. The price table, they both have price tables. However, the one that you get in Elementor is way more advanced of what you can do without code to style it. So when I scroll down, here's a price table that I made, and I made it to look like an existing one. You just can't do that with Beaver Builder without custom code and getting in there with some custom code. So those are the pro modules that come in Elementor that you don't see in Beaver Builder, and all of the modules that come in Elementor have a lot more styling options, so you don't have to touch code to make it look the way you want it to look or to make it stand out. One of the things I like about Elementor, and I wish it was easy to do in Beaver Builder, and that's to create drop shadow effects. I really like that. So if I was to put an image in here, here's actually an image right there. Let me just move it someplace. Let's move it right there. And then I can click on this image and I can go to style and put this box shadow right there. I really like that. So it really kind of lifts anything up off the page, and it was so, you saw how easy that was. You can't even really do that without getting into some custom CSS and code. So you could see you could do a lot more design things like this with Elementor. You can see me use the box shadow right here, where this part of the price grid, I lifted it up, I made it larger, and then I put a little bit of box shadow behind it to lift it off the page. So in terms of modules, the Elementor by far is winning that race. Now, what is nice about Beaver Builder, and why I haven't gone through changing anything I've built with Beaver Builder to Elementor, I actually don't plan on doing that anyway. Why recreate something? But with Beaver Builder, there is great support for these add-on packages that are available. So there's two of the main add-on packages. One is called Ultimate Add-Ons for Beaver Builder, and you can see how I'm using it right here. I have this nice little scrolling text on my website website here. This is using Ultimate Add-Ons for Beaver Builder, and it's just one of the modules that it adds, and that really adds a lot of modules that Beaver Builder doesn't have. And because of that, I'm kind of sticking with Beaver Builder on my site. There's some of the things I get out of Ultimate Add-Ons for Beaver Builder that I really like, and maybe if I did redesign my site at some point, I might use Elementor Pro for it, but I really like these add-on packages that I'm getting from Ultimate Add-Ons for Beaver Builder. There's another one called Power Pack. I'll have links to all this down below, and they're both really good add-on packages that bring lots more features. Now, of course, you're paying for that, so both of them are $69 for a 1-year license, so you are paying for adding more modules, so it's more money. But that is something that's really a plus that Beaver Builder has, is there is this third-party ecosystem where there's these add-on packages that are available to be purchased that add amazing features. So on my site, I've got Beaver Builder and Ultimate Add-Ons for Beaver Builder, and they work out fantastic. Next, I want to look at templates. So let's take a look at the templates that Beaver Builder offers you. So I think I click on templates here, and we can just scroll down through some of them. Now, the templates are okay. To be honest, I've never really found a use for any of these templates personally. I'm sure people are using them as starting points, but I have never seen one of these templates and thought, I want to use that as a starting point. And I think that's more because the Beaver Builder side of things, it's more of a developer-centric type of plugin, and they might not be the best designers, where Elementor, we're going to see that in comparison here in a moment. So these are the Beaver Builder templates. They're basic. I mean, they're fine, I guess. So here's one called the Body Factory. Let's apply it to the site here, and you know, it looks okay. You know, it looks fine. Let's take a look at Elementor and take a look at the different templates that it has available. So I'm going to scroll down, click on Add Template, and we're going to see these templates, and you can see that these templates are gorgeous. Every single one, like I could see using these as a starting point. So for instance, if I was, let's take a look here. If I was a interior decorator, I could easily use this one right here. So if I click on it, it's going to pull it up. And this is a gorgeous, professionally designed template using Elementor. And I mean, you can see some amazing design features that this has. I mean, this was professionally designed. And there's just so many of them right here. Let's take a look at another one that I like. Well, actually, let's take a look at that restaurant one. Oh, here's one right here. Here's perfect for a restaurant. You can see that price list one, that module being used here to create this menu board right here. But you can see how you can use this as you could actually see yourself using this as a starting point if you wanted. There's an attorney template here. There's some restaurant templates here. Here's a web developer template right here for any kind of web design agency. And they're just beautiful right out of the box. So I don't want to be harsh on Beaver Builder. I just am being honest, though, that I could never see myself using any of their templates as a starting point. Yet all these ones that I see Elementor making, they're just things of beauty. I mean, they're just absolutely things of beauty. Now, I will say that these add-on developers for Beaver Builder that I was just talking about when I was comparing modules, they also include templates, and those templates are actually really nice. Ultimate Add-Ons and Power Pack, they both have really nice templates, and they have really made up for the gap that Beaver Builder left in them not providing the most beautiful templates, or not beautiful because that's subjective, the most useful templates, because I've visited a lot of websites. I've never really seen anyone using any of those Beaver Builder templates, and I just couldn't see myself using it. But it's a gap that the add-on developers meet, and it's just part of that purchase. But like I said, you got to buy the add-on packages, and that's an extra $69. So in the template department, Elementor wins hands down. Now let's take a look at the cost of the two. So there's definitely a difference here too. So I'm on Elementor Pro's website. Their entry cost is only $49 for one website. And if you wanted 3 websites, it's $99 and $199 for unlimited websites. And that's going to get you 1 year of support and updates. Both of them are 1 year for support and updates, by the way. It's going to get you 1 year support and updates, and it renews at 50%. That's a little important. So if you have just one website, you have this low entry point, $49. Your second year for support and updates is only $25. Not that much money. So let's take a look at Beaver Builder's pricing right here, and they price it a little different. So they have this package right here, this standard package for $99. Now the Pro is different. It includes a theme, so you pay $199. It has the plugin and a theme, but the only fair comparison is for the standard option here. $99 gets you unlimited sites. So the Pro, a benefit with Beaver Builder is if you want an unlimited license, it's less expensive. It's half the cost of Elementor. However, if you only have one site, it's a lot less expensive to go with Elementor. It's got a lower entry price there, and a lot of people have 1 to 3 sites. So, and if you only had 1, 2, or 3 sites, then you're at the same price as Beaver Builder at that point. Now, Beaver Builder renews at 60%. So first year would be $99. The next year would be $59 or something like that. Whereas Elementor renews at 50% of a discount. So the price difference isn't as big that second year and on if you're going to continue getting support and updates from them. So that is my comparison of the cost. So I want to conclude this comparison by giving my opinion, and I actually got my opinion from someone else, and that is Lee Jackson. He is right here, Lee Jackson Dev. He had written a post a few months ago, maybe 2 months ago, in one of the Facebook groups that I'm in, and he hit the nail on the head when comparing the two. He said for his clients that he's developing websites for from his agency, he uses Beaver Builder. It does exactly what he needs it to do. It is super developer friendly, and it's very easy for him to go in there and get done what he needs to do as a developer. But on his website, he wants to use Elementor because he knows that the design is going to look a lot nicer with Elementor. So basically that boils down to Beaver Builder is great for coders and developers and agencies and all of that. And Elementor's strength is in the actual design. I'll give you just a little example of why a developer might want Beaver Builder. It's very easy to restrict what your client can do when they have access to the website, what they can change and all of that. With Elementor, that isn't there just yet. Now, that's not to say that Elementor is not good for developers and Beaver Builder is not good for designers, but what that does mean, in my opinion, if you don't code and you don't have any interest in coding and writing custom CSS and all of that kind of stuff, you're going to get a better looking website using Elementor. If you are a coder, you can make up for some of those shortcomings in Beaver Builder because you can just write some custom CSS to get it to look the same, but you're writing some custom CSS. Now, if you're a developer, that doesn't mean don't use Elementor. Elementor Pro is young. It is maturing fast. They've got massive momentum and they're doing some amazing things, but it is going to always be design centric, and they haven't quite had the time that Beaver Builder has to bring in third-party developers to expand it. There are a few third-party developers already making amazing things for Elementor, some really amazing things. So anyways, to wrap up this comparison, I think I just agree with Lee. And as a matter of fact, if you're on his site, he has a great podcast. You can see when he actually interviewed me, someone familiar to you, but you can go check out his podcast. If you're wanting to build your website yourself, you're DIYing it, your best bet is going to be Elementor Pro. hands down. If you want to end up spending less money in the long run, I think Elementor Pro is good too, because you're not buying a form plugin, you're not buying a slideshow plugin. There's all these plugins that you're not going to have to buy because they're putting the functionality in Elementor, and you can just stick with mastering that one interface. With Beaver Builder, if you were to say want a slider and then you got to go buy Revolution slider, and now you're buying another thing, which isn't that big of a deal, but what is the bigger deal is now you've got to learn a whole new interface just to get the slider to work, where with Elementor, you just learn the one interface and the one batch of settings, and they're going to make it do everything. So that's why I say if you're a DIYer, you're going to be better off with Elementor Pro. That's my suggestion. However, if you're a hardcore developer, you want to have more control over the plugin, what your client's experience is, and you don't mind purchasing an add-on package, you are going to be fine with Beaver Builder. Now, I don't want this to end this video as, you know, I use Beaver Builder and I hate Elementor, or I use Elementor and I hate Beaver Builder, this unhealthy type of competition, because I've seen that in my YouTube comments, because I make a lot of videos about both and people say, what are you switching now, and this, that, and the other. I just want to use the best tool, whatever the best tool is for the task. And that's why I use multiple page builders, and these two are the top page builders right now in my book. You're going to be great with either one of them. Now, I do have a special promotion for each of them. I've got links down below that can take you to more information on it, but I've built a training course about Elementor and a training course about Beaver Builder. They're separate. There's Elementor Essentials and Beaver Builder Essentials. They're fantastic training programs, and it's more than just this is how you use a plugin. It's more a complete web building success system that anyone can go through this course and build a gorgeous, beautiful website using their tool of choice, as long as it's Elementor or Beaver Builder. And here's what I'm going to offer to you. If you purchase Elementor Pro, or if you purchase Beaver Builder through my link down below, I'm going to give you access to these courses for free. So if you buy Elementor Pro, I want to give you that Elementor course. If you buy Beaver Builder, I want to give you that Beaver Builder course. And if you've already purchased either of those, I sell the course as well. They're $97 each. But like I said, I want to do whatever I can do to make sure that you're successful in building a beautiful website. And this I found works great, giving this course away when you purchase either of these products through my links down below. Hey, I really want to know what you think about this video and my opinions, and there's a very strong possibility I left something out, and feel free to add to the conversation down below, but let's keep it clean and let's be respectful and polite to each other. Because you made it to the end of the video, I have a free gift for you, but before I talk about that, I want to ask you to do something for me. If you could give this video a thumbs up down below, that would really help me out. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and click on that subscribe button and become a subscriber and support this channel. And if you'd like YouTube to notify you when I upload new videos, there's a little bell next to that subscribe button. You can click on that and set that up as well. If you have any questions or a comment about this video, I'd love to answer it. There's a comment section down below. All you have to do is put in your question or comment. I respond to every single one. Hey, I made a course just for you, and it's called the 3 Steps to WordPress Success, and I want to give this to you. If you'd like to enroll in this course, there's a button right here off to the right. You can go ahead and click on that, enroll as a student, and that's just my way of saying thank you for supporting me and making it to the end of this video. I make them just for you.